harass, beat up, wound, disgrace any politician you see abroad in any part of the world. And that's the order from the IPOB leader, the proscribed group's leader. And it makes me think you're trying to make your case heard by the rest of the world. You're trying to make a case that, your people have been marginalized, your people have been left out from the developmental strides, if there's any in Nigeria. You complain about how your roads are bad, your schools are in dilapidated farms, your economy in the various states in that region is very poor. And you've complained. You said you can't see the federal government's hand in your region. Even though I asked the question that, some of these things that you complain about can necessarily be done by the state governors and your local government chairman and the people who represent you in the National Assembly, which some of you say, I mean, that's what I hear. I don't hear any cogent reasons why the people in the states cannot actually develop their region. But that being said, we understand there is marginalization. And whether you like it or not, there is marginalization everywhere. I mean, the Niger Deltans are crying for marginalization of the Niger Delta. I'm talking about, the South region, the Southeast region as well. Even the North, some zones in the North are also crying out for marginalization. I mean, seriously. But what is terrorism, like I said? I said a group or people who carry out violent acts in society. Now, Boko Haram, that we all know and agree that are terrorist groups, they also have beliefs. They also have beliefs. They also want to, leave Nigeria. And they also decided to use violent ways to make their points heard. How is it different from what IPOB has done? How is it different? That is the argument I want to have this morning. How is it different? How is it different? Does this affect the case IPOB has been trying to make for years? Just this, because number one, the people who attacked Amechi in Spain have broken the law in Spain, and if they are caught, and when they are caught, because I know the structure works very well there, they stand the risk of being deported to Nigeria. I don't see this. These things are common sense. These things are common sense. And the risk of being deported to Nigeria. Yeah, they stand the risk also of ruining their case. So, I mean, Spain is part of the UN. It's part of NATO. It's part of which other one again? Which other organization? But you get the point where I'm coming from. Now, they did it a few months ago in Germany, like I pointed out some few minutes ago. They did it in Germany. And also, Germany is a world power. I mean, Angela Merkel is holding one of the biggest positions in Europe. And yet you go ahead and you disgrace a politician in our country. I mean, is it not Angela Merkel that was in Nigeria in the mid part of the year talking about liaison with the country, signing certain foreign policies with Nigeria? What do you think a line of action will be? Supporting you or supporting Nigeria? I'm just thinking out loud, by the way. I'm just thinking out loud. Who do you think she's going to support? And so these violent activities being carried out in the other parts of the world might just be ruining the chance, whatever slim chance that IPOB has to get whatever they want. But then again, look at it from another angle. These politicians, do they deserve this beating? I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it. I'm not supporting it in any way. But do they? Have they done anything to deserve this beating? This is similar to jungle justice, But do these politicians deserve it? Because we have 2 on the list now, but I feel like there are many more to come. When these politicians go abroad They don't really have that. They don't have that luxury of having as many bodyguards as they do in Nigeria. So yeah, they are open and prone to various attacks and pelting and stoning and all of that stuff. But that being said, do you think they deserve it? I really would love to know. I mean, imagine somebody who's done so much for his people. Do you think if they see him abroad, they would want to stone him, or they would want to, hey, our person, our own, our governor, our minister, our senator, our president? Really? Do you think? I mean, I'm looking at it from this angle now. Politicians, has it come to the point where the people are beginning to say enough is enough? That we will no longer have this pill, this bitter pill forced down our throats? Has it come to that point? Or do you think that no, the members of IPOP, the indigenous people of Biafra, are just, just being reckless and naughty and, throwing everything into the wind, just to satisfy their angry emotions? I'm thinking this. I'm even thinking it from the other angle. Nnamdi Kanu granted bail. Allegedly, we still don't know the real reasons. I mean, so many people have said that because the army invaded his home. Other people have said, oh, he jumped bail. But let's use the word allegedly. Allegedly jumped bail. And your Nigeria government is looking for him. Allegedly, like I said. And then you go to a foreign country, in some kind of asylum way, whether you like it or not, I'm sorry, but in some kind of asylum way. And yet again, you give a violent order. I mean, I feel like he's ruining his own case. Look at it from that angle as well. I feel like he's ruining his own case. But what do you make of it? According to one of my colleagues some time ago, make of it what you will. Make of it what you will tonight, or this morning. I keep saying tonight. I'm sorry about that. But make of it what you will this morning. And tell me. I mean, I brought it from three different angles. From the angle of IPOP, and how their activities might just be ruining whatever slim chance they have of, convincing the world that they deserve, or deserve what they want or aspire for. And the other angle is looking at it from the point of the politicians. And I'm saying, yes, it's wrong. This is like jungle justice, but do they deserve the beat up that they have gotten? And then the third one is from the Nnamdi Kanu's angle. And I'm saying, Nigerian government is looking for you because it's alleged that you have jumped bail. There's also the talk of you being a treasonable fellow or felony, or felon rather, I beg your pardon. A treasonable felon or fellow. And yet, you still will go and add more dirt on your name by asking your members to attack politicians abroad. Do you think it makes, the old Nnamdi Kanu look, smaller than, than it should be? I'm looking at it from the angle as well. All right, the numbers to call in are 0817 000 951 and 0810 951 951. Please, let's talk for development. No cussing, no name calling, no unconstructive submissions. I don't want any of that. I want intelligent discourse. Even if you are a member of the proscribed group, which, I mean, I wonder why. I mean, it's illegal to have that group function in Nigeria. But even if you're a member of it, let's have you make guided statements, please, or else I'll have to yank you off. All right. Once again, the numbers are 0817 000 951 and 0810 951 951. 951, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning, Canada. Yeah, this is Chris. So Chris.
I expected you to go first. Yeah, welcome.
Yeah. Let me start with what happened to Mr. Rotimi Amechi.
All right.
And there is a place that you mentioned that some of them say they are not from Igbo, which I know.
Where
And
where
I
where
don't know.
where did
Yes.
I where I mentioned it? I
No,
didn't I didn't
when you were discussing it, you took in something. Some
I
of
said
them
I said
claim that
Amechi is not from Igbo, yeah? That's what I said.
yes, yes. And the last time I checked, I don't know if you hear Igbo name, whether you understand. Like I understand your name at times, I know that it's not Igbo name. And in a situation where Chibike is Igbo name, and in a situation where anything that concerns Igbo, somebody that is not from Igbo will preside over it to the extent of sharing kola nuts, collecting kola nuts on behalf of Igbo. And you come out and telling me that you're not from Igbo. For example, there was an event that happened. They called three people, ethnic group.
Chris, we're not going to do the
Yes.
tribalism thing now. My
Okay,
question,
okay, okay.
I have three angles I'm looking at it from. Does this mean that IPOP is a terrorist group because you guys go around attacking? I know you're a member of IPOP, so I'm going to put it straight to you because
Yes.
you guys go around attacking people. Does this mean IPOP has become a terrorist group like the federal government has prescribed them to be? Secondly, don't you think this affects the goal and aspiration of IPOP, because IPOP is looking for something and you want the world to support you, but don't you think this affects all of that? Three,
Okay.
do you think no? Three, I want you to get the question straight, so you just hit the nail on the head. Do you think that the politicians deserve it? And then
Um.
four, Nnamdi
Yes.
Kanu, do you think this just makes his image smaller? Go ahead then.
Okay. To start with, on the side of
Switch off your radio set, please.
IPOP,
Switch off your radio set. Thank you. I don't like the
yeah,
background
I have
sound.
done it. On the side of IPOP, you say that IPOP is a terrorist organization. I don't know what classify IPOP as a terrorist organization. To me, terrorist
I
organization.
just explained it to you. Terrorists, any group
Yes.
of people who engage in violent activities.
Okay. And they killed. I don't know if you can start after when I drop the call. Can you start naming how many people that IPOP has killed?
You don't have to kill.
Oh.
You don't have to kill. Go check the definition of terrorist group. Violent
Okay.
activities. Violence. Once you perpetrate violence, you can be said to be a terrorist group.
Okay, no problem. But to my own understanding, they claim that IPOP attacked them and they have come issue their decision that they are the one that and their leader said that he made it openly. See, somebody that is not a terrorist and you declare him a terrorist, what do you want him to do? Let him literally tell all this thing now.
So you are saying the proclamation by the federal government is what has made IPOP a terrorist group? Is that what you're saying?
No, they are not a terrorist organization. But you are telling them that they are terrorist organization. Let them show you example of how terrorists operate now. Is it not because they are not terrorist organization, which I know. Men of they are from foreign countries, from US congressmen, they have said that these people don't see anything, and then you say they are looking for Nnamdi Kanu. Are you telling me that if the federal government are looking for Nnamdi Kanu, they have a encounter with foreign countries? They have their distance. Are you telling me that it's difficult for them to go and bring Nnamdi Kanu?
Extraditing somebody has got a process. I mean, for how long now we have been trying to extradite? What's that woman's name now? What's her name? Stella. What's that woman's name that stole so much money and her iPhone cost a lot? But yes, Ziani. Thank you very much. See, it's always a process. It's always a process to bring someone back to the country.
Yeah, see, that is a process. The people that somebody that you are calling a terrorist, are you not seeing that man? He's been going with a well-meaning organization in the United States and Israel.
And I asked the question: does this spoil the oath? Because when you say people should, I mean, your people broke the law in Germany and they have broken the law in Spain.
Did they arrest anyone? Did they prosecute anyone?
Let them catch them first. Let them catch them first. But anyways, thank you very much for calling in. Thank you very much for calling in there, 95.1 FM.
Yeah, this is Jude from Oyubo.
All right, Jude, thank you very much for calling in. I wouldn't take your call because I know where you're going to with that already. 0817-000-0951 and 0810-951-0951. 95.1 FM.
Hello.
Hi, good morning to you. That's not my name. My name is Kalada Kurubatbo. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm Charlie calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, then welcome.
Do you know if these are politicians should be moving without convoy and heavy security, what will be happening to them on a daily basis?
I asked that question. You tell me. You tell me. You tell me.
If I should catch my
Your local government chairman.
You know what? Me personally, I would do to you.
Oh dear, sorry I lost you. I was going to ask you a series of questions, but then again, 95.1 FM.
Yeah, Canada. Good morning once again. Today.
Welcome there.
Yeah, I want to ask something there. Did you watch Hong Kong and the China?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, those guys that are destroying things in Hong Kong, have IPOP did half of what those guys is doing in Hong Kong?
Do you know that those guys are currently in, as the last time I read the story, they were currently in a campus, a school campus, and they were afraid to come out because they were going to be arrested.
Okay, do you know what I asked you that?
No.
If, for example, those guys can be in campus, destroy all what is in that campus, am I going to do what it? They do call a terrorist group.
Let me define terrorism for you now. According to Wikipedia, terrorism is the use of fear and acts of violence in order to intimidate societies, governments, or against an ideology. I beg your pardon. Now, like I said, violent acts which are intended to create fear and terror. Yeah. So when you tell a politician, if you step into another country, that's a violence. Sorry.
No.
But that's the truth. That's a violent act. When you tell somebody, if you don't obey the sit-at-home order, I will boggle your shop. I will destroy your properties. That is a violent act. So think about it from that angle.
Exactly what you are saying is what is going on in Hong Kong. I'm telling you the truth.
See, now this is that.
Click and watch.
Like I said, when they catch those people and then take them to court, we will now see the charges that they have given to. We have not seen the charges yet, but in Nigeria, in Nigeria, it was the court who ordered you or who ordered IPOB a terrorist group.
A terrorist, okay. Yes,
so
Nigeria government called IPOB a terrorist organization, right?
Via the courts. Via the courts. Yeah.
Via the court. But the world entirely know what is terrorist more than Nigeria government. If, for example, Nnamdi Kanu can move to White House, move to anywhere he wants in the world, as I'm talking to you, there is nobody to call a terrorist organization in Nigeria because the Nigeria government do not look like terrorist government. I'm telling you the truth. If, for example, now, America attacked in Madrid in Spain, and the people are expecting those guys that attack America to bring back, my dear brother, Spanish government and Nigeria is not the same.
So you think I want to understand your school of thought now because I want to laugh now. You think that if Spanish police arrest those people who attacked Amishi, they would not deport them back to Nigeria? That's what you think?
My dear brother, you will not be sure.
All right then. Let's watch then. Let's watch and see. Let's watch and see then. No problem then. Thank you very much. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Kalada.
Yes. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kalada. My name is Ahusi
Chima. Welcome. Yeah, Chima. Welcome.
Yes, Kalada. I must say, if
switch off your radio set, please. Thank you.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, I must say, if what IPOP did to Honorable Minister wasn't an attack, I would say it's okay for a form of protest. You understand?
Yeah.
Because if it was a form of protest to the situation of Nigeria, what are you coming to do in a strange country?
Yeah.
Why your country is not in order? What's wrong with your country? There are rules of law. I think it should be appreciated by me. But if it is by an attack on him, you know, I think it's because the last time I checked, IPOP is still prescribed.
Oh, sorry, I lost you, Chima. Chima, do call me back. 95.1 FM.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
What's
your name?
My name is Dentu. I'm coming from Bend, in other states.
Your name is what?
Dentu.
All right, welcome.
So what is that? You cannot put reach a child and tell the child to fall. And that's like,
I can't hear you very well. Your line is breaking. Can you say
I
that?
said you cannot beat a child and tell the child where to fall.
Okay.
So now, and when you put it to war, you have no option to turn back to fight you back. So what happened between is 100% right.
In your
they have to defend
really,
themselves.
really now is that defending themselves? Is that defending them? I want to understand. Is
Yes, you know they have no legal arms, so they have to. When we are moving now to carry arms to fight our enemies.
All right then.
So that's the truth about the whole thing.
Okay.
Because they have killed us a lot. Even the other day in Anambra Street, they kill us. We are not even the outside.
All right then.
So where they are going now is to defend ourselves.
All right then, if you say so.
Yeah,
all right.
that's it.
All right. Very funny, yeah. 95.1 FM.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Christian calling from Port Harcourt.
This is who?
Christian calling from Port Harcourt.
All right, Christian, welcome.
I have listened to you carefully,
All right,
and I
then.
want to make my own contribution.
All right, then. Go ahead.
First, federal government prescribing IPOB as a terrorist group is good, and that reduced the activities. I listened to some films a lot, African historical movie, and I understand that the problem with Rwanda was all about radio broadcast. It started that way.
All right, then.
That led to so many millions of lives being lost in Rwanda. And that is exactly the strategy they came with. That is first. I live in Obibo too, and I know what do happen.
All right.
Of course, I do tell them of that aspect. So federal government prescribing is wrong. Secondly, beating up Amechi is wrong. First, I'm not a fan of Amechi. I'm from Rivers State, Okrika precisely. I'm not a fan of Amechi, but you shouldn't ever extend your anger to another family. They are doing business in the heart of Port Harcourt, which I will not mention, not to create any.
Yeah. We don't want to create confusion.
Yes, yeah, and I don't want it to. But what they've done now is very wrong. They can be. That's a question if these politicians deserve what
they are getting. They are getting. No. You don't. No, listen. You don't have proof. I want you to be guided. Wait. Let's be guided. Let's be. Can you put it in? Can you, if you go to court, can you show it as evidence? It's not by saying it. It's not by. Wait. It's not by. That is why I'm trying to guide you. Good last time. This is what. Listen. Now, you don't have proof, and we can't say Amechi has looted. But let's agree. Politicians have done us bad. Yes. Yeah. Oji Uzo Kalu has been sent to. Wait, listen now. Listen. 12 years. Small. But that's not where we're told. Well, listen. Listen.
For example, we are not doing
protesting.
We're not
protesting and
Nigeria minister.
Why did they not get it wrong? Because in foreign countries, it might take 3 years, it might take 4 years, it might take 10 years. But once you are caught, you are caught. That's what you don't get.
You know that if you shoot a single gun,
guns, maybe they have not had, sponsors that will, supply those things.
All right,
the Nigerian government will just, mention some of these incidents, and that case is dead.
Yeah, true.
No Biafra anywhere.
You have a point. Thank you very much for calling. Yes. Because imagine you making a case in front of the UN and then, a representative from Nigeria comes and said, "Oh, imagine the former deputy Senate, what do they call it now? Deputy Senate leader, is it what they call it? President, Deputy Senate President, cannot attack somebody on the road. Amechi, whether you like it or not, legally entered Spain. Right about now, Germany is even agreeing.
And I reserve to make comments both on Facebook and all the rest of them. I take my time to study things.
I asked that question. Go ahead then.
Now, when it now comes to the last protest they had at Oyibo, where policemen were killed or something of that nature, they tried to take a rifle of a policeman. It now resulted to banning of IPOB and all the rest of them. Even when
that was not what resulted to you, but then again, it was one of the issues. Yeah.
The issue of their leader Nnamdi Kanu, when Justice Benton Nyako granted him bail, she gave him some conditions.
All right.
But he was moving around until the day military in
that really it was IPOB a terrorist group. I was sympathetic to to IPOB.
No,
but my point is whatever slim chance that they had might just have gone into thin air. Do you agree with that?
What I'm trying to say is that yes, it might seem to. They're not even their Biafra of a thing is my issue.
All right,
my issue is that during this time, Nigerian security agencies were attacking them. Who condemned the security agency? Nobody. That was the same case of Boko Haram. When Yusuf was going about, nobody they didn't kill anybody until the day Yusuf was killed. Yusuf was killed. This guy is not more.
Yeah.
By the time it now blew up, that's when everybody will start condemning one group. Look at the headsmen now attacking people. Like nobody has proscribed them until one day, if one community will start revenge now, you will see we will launch a full attack on that community.
All right.
That is not it. You know
All
the case of Udi in Bayelsa State. What happened?
All right then.
You know what happened?
The same people you are trying to serve will be the same people who.
But then again, wait. Let me ask you a question now. It's late before. Wrong. We read the news. I didn't talk about it. Maybe some other person must have talked about it, but we read it in the news. We talked about the appeal. It was a combined operation between the police, the army, and every other, which was called the Operation Python. Wait, listen now. I'm explaining it. I'm explaining it to you. It's not an afterthought. I am explaining it to you. Listen. Now, there is the Operation Python dance is a combination of different security. I mean, you saw it with the Operation Crocodile Smile 4. It's a combination of different distance. Now, when you break a law, and remember, now the motive for Operation Python dance, according to the military, the whole of the Southeast.
And if the canon of a man has breached any of the bad conditions given to him.
No, listen. Now, thou shalt not steal. Wait, can you listen? Can you allow me to explain? Thou shalt not steal is in the Constitution, right? So whether the person who was stolen from reports or not, it is the duty of the police to be proactive, or any other security agency to be proactive and arrest the people. Now, let us.
This kind of IPOD.
If you've listened,
Biafra Secret Service, and these people to know the kind of people. Sometimes criminals can even hijack their distance. I don't normally blame most of them all the time.
All right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
But they should understand that you have bad mind people in that group. They are really, you need to see where they are going. They are ready to kill you for even not agreeing with what they are saying.
Yeah, true. All right then.
Just like you said, terrorism is defined as a violent, whether your speech or your act can make you a terrorist. It's not when you carry gun or bomb.
All right then.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. All right, I got 3 more minutes left on the clock. Oh my, it's been a very, very interactive show. This is where you get to be the last caller and calling right about now, and I'll take your calls. Yeah, 95.1 FM.
Canada, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
It's not yet afternoon, it's still morning. 3 more minutes and it will be afternoon. Good morning to you, Emeka.
Okay, whichever.
Welcome, Emeka.
I don't know, is anybody justifying what happened to lawyers of Nnamdi Kalu's lawyer?
No, nobody's justifying it. Nobody's justifying it.
Okay. Because I know that just like the question the second to the last caller asked, if somebody go and attack a father now, will anybody justify that? See, even a criminal. A criminal has they give a criminal lawyer.
But you know the truth. If let's look at it from this angle now, Mr. Emeka. Now let's say Ejiofor is being sorted out or sorted after by the police. Don't you think it would have been the right thing for Ejiofor to go to the police and clear his name for whatever crime? I don't know what it is. I don't know what the police or whoever, I don't know what the crime would have been. But don't you think it would have been better if he had gone with the police or gone to the police? Because it is said that he had been invited and he had refused to honor the invitation, which is what resulted to the brouhaha that we got to see.
You see, we in Nigeria, the experience you have teach us a lot about especially Nigeria police. Sometimes this is why some people that when police tell something is blue, you look at it as all this information. What we are saying now, you are saying based on from a police perspective.
Right.
We heard from this gentleman. This man is a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know
We read the speech,
so
and he said yes, the police had invited him, He said he agreed, he admitted to the police invitation, but said he had already written them and he was going to make himself available. But then again, maybe there was a miscommunication. Like I said, if he had gone, maybe all of these things we are speaking and talking would not have been necessary.
But is that why police should invade his house? They don't have any other way to handle the situation maturely than the way they invaded his house. It's not people now. Okay, look at what happened yesterday now between Ochoa and all this. If not because of his camera, camera carry everything. I'm telling you, some people would have twisted this thing. They need to say, we don't know what happened there. We don't know what transpired. My point is, sometimes this is why some people have some issues with the Nigerian police. Sometimes when they tell you some things about, when they tell you this is what they come out with. People have some doubt. So you not take the line who can think. Everything they told you. The way they do, the police, the way they frame up things sometimes, you'll be confused.
All right.
I don't want to believe.
Mr. Emeka from Owerri, thank you very much for calling in. I've got to go now. It's time for the world news. Stay tuned as I bring you the news details.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered on air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.